push-ups. I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. I've been doing pull-ups. I threw up once, but I'm okay now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you, and we appreciate you stopping on by for the next hour or so here at Ysn HQ, where we are still waiting to put everything back where it was. So if you're wondering why it is a Rick behind me, yes, we are still waiting. The turf to be revealed very, very soon. We can't wait for that. I can't wait to get out of the mess. I feel like, I don't know. Like, if I went back and met the 18-year-old DJ Yoakley, this is how we lived. This is how you lived in college. As a grown individual, or somewhat grown, depending on if you've ever seen me in person, this is not how I live. My wife has trained me. She's trained me very, very well, and I'm used to having very nice kind of digs when we come in here, and this is kind of bothering me. So there you have it. Hang on. We have a great show for you today. I'm going to talk a lot about the All-Star Game. If you weren't able to catch the draft, we're going to download all the rosters for you today, let you know who's on which team, what to expect, the rule changes, things of that nature. All of that coming up on the show. We're also going to talk a little bit of the NFL from a standpoint of what is going on. It's been an interesting week. We haven't really touched on that at all, but we're looking to break down, I got a little bug, break down what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, all guaranteed money going to Deshaun Watson. What is the latest on Baker Mayfield? Is he going to stay on the team? Is he going to hold out? Are the Browns trying to just package him up and ship him elsewhere to keep him out of the clubhouse? What are they going to do? All of that and more we're going to talk about in the second half hour of the show. So keep your NFL comments coming and have them loaded up and ready as we get ready to go. Mike Bartos, when the turf will come in, it'll be worth it. The turf's down. I don't know. You can see it. The turf's down. Like, we're ready to go. But we're also waiting. We're going to have a little special thing for it. We're going to line it like a football field. So we're waiting on our friends to get it taken care of. They want to make sure that it's not just, you roll it down and then it comes up real easy. So you have to apply special turf paint to it, I'm being told. So we're trying to go through all of that and make sure we make some good decisions here for our company and for theirs, because they obviously want a good job to be done, so we recommend them. Not that they want to do this ever again, I'm sure, but when we roll things out, we'll be able to tell you who did it and the great job that they're going to do. So we're excited for that. But yeah, the turf's down. Like, it's down. TCP Flooring did a phenomenal job putting it down. It looks awesome. Again, like, look at that. Like, that is sweet looking. And then when you add the stripes to it, like, the end zone is going to be right there. And then they'll have stripes, the 5-yard line, the 10-yard line, and so on and so forth, all the way down the field. So a little inside scoop as to what's going on. With the turf down, we're ready to go. It smells like glue in here right now because there's so much glue underneath that turf, so it doesn't come up. But we're trying to do things a different route, and I think, Mike, you're right. Whenever everything's put back in, it's going to look so cool in there, and it's going to scream sports, and it's going to scream YSN. So it's going to be worth the wait. So at least I hope so. Fingers crossed on that. All right, let's get to on Saturday. We had a really cool, I don't know if it's an episode or a really cool special on YSN. that we did the YSN All-Star Draft for the boys and girls. We used trading card or playing cards, whatever you want to call them, to pull the teams. Those are still here in case we got into any issues with that. And we have the teams have been announced, and it was just literally you take the 2 players from the 2 coaches that are coaching in the game. Those 2 players automatically go to the coaches as long as they're seniors, and then. So 4 players are already taken out of the deck, and then we use the rest of the deck to associate with the team. So without further ado, let's get to the teams that are for the. Let's go to the away teams first. So I'm going to use. I know it's on ysnlive.com, the story, but I had some issues in getting the Excel spreadsheet from what I wanted to do, from what we use, like the raw data, into the story. So let's just do this, make it a little easier for everybody. So your players for the away team, Zeta Creaky from Austintown Fitch is going to be on the away team. Hallie Jordan is going to be on the away team from Beaver Local. Mariah Woods from Wyndham. Sehan Dede from Girard. Then you got Jenna McClish from Salem. Devin Regai from Sebring. Sophia Hook from Brookfield. Elena Scavina from Cardamone, Kylie Wilson from Jackson Milton, Laura McCoy from LeBray. Samir Cologne is not going to play. She is going to, she has an AAU game, so she will not be able to play, but she was drafted onto that away team. Then you have Parker Henthorn from Lisbon, Anna Lippiett from West Branch, Tori Long from Columbiana, Maddie Kibler from United, JC Mullen is from Springfield, Faith Stellato from Struthers, Faith Hollabaugh from Warren JFK, Kelsey Adelman from Louisville, Savannah Prosick. Then you have Sam Aulette, Shayla Foster, Patience Champney, and Sarah Seaman. Those are all your away players for the girls' All-Star game. Now, kind of a overall consensus of those players is you've got a lot of shooters. You look at Kylie Wilson and Laura McCoy alone in that middle. Then you look at McClish from Salem, who can drill it. Oh, and by the way, you got Zeta Creaky, Jordan from Beaver Local. Woods can fill it up. So can Dede. I mean, you got shooters everywhere. And this is a team that is going to be coached by Sarah Hamilton and Aaron Gilbert, who love shooters. I mean, Sarah Seaman, I believe, is the all-time three-point queen in Garfield, and she just adds on to the already unbelievable build of this away team. So I'm excited to see how this goes, because on the other side, you've got a team that has a lot of just overall talent. Not that they are not shooters, let me tell you, but they are workhorses. You look at, from the jump, Katie Grexa, who as a sophomore I think is the most underrated player on the entire board from Badger. Then you have who I think is probably one of the best players in the entire area, Alyssa Pompilia. And she does not get near enough credit to what she does. She to me is without a doubt one of the best players that's going to play in any All-Star game. And she's out there. She's already got 2 MVPs of 2 All-Star games. I'm just going to throw this out there. She's probably going to go for 3 on Saturday. So Alyssa Pompilia from Howland is on the home team. Natalie Albert of Newton Falls, Alyssa Dill from Canfield. Like, it's getting a little bit reckless. Like, there was a point in the draft where I thought, oh boy, this could be rough. But then you look at the overall picture, and they can stack up. There's some serious talent on both sides of the floor. Connie Kugras from Poland. Rose Kautz from Waterloo. Mary Frangos is going to be on the floor as well, representing Hubbard. Lexi Giles is going to be on her home court one last time at South Range. Mackenzie Riccatelli, the sophomore standout from Boardman, going to be on the floor. Gianna Wagner from Niles. Taylor Skinner from Jefferson. Emily Hill from Crestview, the superior talent out there for the Lady Rebels. Ella Gregorino from Letonia. Demi Watson, who just continues to stack up accolades after the season, one after the other. She's going to be representing the home team in the white unis. Isabella Popplewriter, who not a whole lot of people know about her right now, but let me just tell you, this freshman is going to be a standout and could potentially be in this game for 4 years straight because she's that kind of talent. So we're looking forward to seeing Bella on the basketball floor once again. I mean, Fedorsik in Edison, she just continues to not surprise everybody, but continues to garner just popularity and eyes of people that want to see her play at the next level. She was released on the All Ohio team today, so congratulations to Miss Fedorsik. Ava Howell, we saw her play in the Booba Classic last week. Another great talent out of Champion. Leonie Williams out of Cheney. She's going to be on the floor. She's going to be chucking it up, no problem. She can fill it up pretty quickly as well. Aleda Smith, another All-Ohio selection from Ursuline, will be on the floor as well. Dee Dee Tinsley from Valley Christian, looking to see her play. Then you got Lucy Wolford, who is, like Ty Bartell said, she's in scholarship city, because this young lady is not only so smart on the court, but she is incredibly smart off the floor, and she is just racking up scholarship after scholarship. She's incredible. And then you end with two insanely incredible talents, and Maddie Matthews from Heartland Christian and Brooke Shantz from Western Reserve. Just a lot of versatility for Coach Blanche and Coach Fischel to have on the floor. I'm excited to see what they do with it, considering that I think that you've got a team full of shooters on one and a team full of athletes on the other. It's going to be fun to watch. Mike chiming in again says, Pompelia and Dill on the same team. That's lethal. Yes, both teams are going to be fun to watch. I'll be coming out to the game for sure. Mike, looking forward to seeing you, man. Make sure you stop by and give us a high five, or whoever's out there. Anthony will be out there. I'll be running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So make sure you stop me at some point and tell me how you're liking the game. So what else do we have out here? Of course, we talked about the coaches. So you've got Nick Blanche from Poland. You've got Jeff Fischel from South Range. And on the other side, you've got Sarah Hamilton of Salem and Aaron Gilbert of Garfield. Those four are not only, and people ask how we pick the coaches and how we, are they all-stars? Are they? Yes, in my mind, they're all-stars. You look at those four programs and what those four have done to lead them. Yeah, to me, they're all-star coaches. But they're being, I don't want to say that they're being honored, but we cherish the time that they put in to our program at YSN, the interviews after every game, the behind the scenes stuff with Sarah. Coach Gilbert's always on running point. Coach Gilbert never says no to an interview. Coach Fischel has been so instrumental, not just this year, but the past 5 years. And of course, it's his home court. So we feel that coaches, at least one of the coaches, should be honored at their home floor to be able to coach in that game. And Jeff Fischel has been a friend of the program and a friend of YSN since we were started in 2017. So Jeff and Nick and Sarah and Aaron, we're excited to have them be part of this game from the girls' side and to represent what we believe in and our core values at YSN, which is it's all about the kids, it's all about having fun, it's all about promoting and giving them a platform to play on. And it's going to be a great night. It's going to all going to kick off at 5 o'clock with the girls' game. We're going to have some great intros. Yes, we are going to turn the lights out. Yes, the spotlight's going to be on very bright from the rafters at South Range and the Thriller Dome. And we're going to have some great some spinning jams from our buddy, who is the founder and creator of Golden String. Jimmy Sutman is going to he's volunteering his time, and he's going to be spinning some jams. Our buddy Chuck is going to be on the PA. If you've ever been to a West Branch game, you know the intensity that my boy Chuck is going to bring for 2 full games, for 4 halves, so to speak, of basketball, and I'm excited about it. Bringing YSN people into this YSN All-Star game is very exciting for me. So hopefully you guys are all able to enjoy it, to be to see it live. If you can't, we'll have it on YSN, obviously, but there's nothing like a YSN party live. It's one thing to not only support the cause, which is the Golden String this year, but also to be out there, get pictures with the student athletes, get autographs from the student athletes, bring your kids out. It's well worth the $5 to get them autographed, T-shirts or whatever they end up bringing. You could bring your own stuff. If they have a basketball they want signed, please bring it. But we will have T-shirts on hand. I don't know if you guys saw the $15 shirts that we'll have As a matter of fact, I have one right here, so pull it out. Hot off the presses from our buddy over at 5-Star Graphics, Dan Penza. These are the All-Star T-shirts that will be available the day of the game. So you see it's earned, not given. That's the kind of... everybody seems to have that now, but then you'll have YSN on the back. So make sure you grab one of those T-shirts, $15. And again, all proceeds do go to the Golden String. So we'll have Sharpies on hand to autograph the T-shirts as well. I think that's a cool thing. Buy a $15 T-shirt, have it autographed by your favorite All-Star player. Or have them autographed by all of them. We're going to have, autograph sessions for them. I think it's a really cool thing. What we're trying to do with that is we're trying to give an opportunity to the younger generation to meet the stars of today. And hopefully we're trying to mesh that stars of today and stars of tomorrow opportunity with the younger generation, get basketball exciting again. Something we're trying out now. We're going to definitely do it for baseball and softball. Because I think it's important to let these younger kids who are so excited in baseball or basketball meet their heroes. Even if they're kids that they've never met before, but you see them on the news, you see them on YSN, and it's a chance to meet them in person and definitely be able to connect. Mason Ramos says, came in late. Game is the 26th, correct? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. 26th. It all begins at 5 o'clock. Doors open at 4 o'clock at South Range. Tickets are $5. And again, T-shirts, $15. I know that South Range will be providing some food. You can help support their softball team, I believe it's going to this year. And again, we'll have the rafters open. There will be a lot of YSN talent on hand that you can meet your favorite announcer for the most part. Ty's going to be there. Anthony's going to be there. I'm sure Brian, the co-founder, the Wizard of Oz, will be on hand as well. I'll be out there. You pretty much anybody that you can imagine from YSN is going to be out there. I know Quinn's even going to try to make it out. So we're all excited to be there. It's a night of celebrating, and we hope that every one of you, if you are a YSN fan, whether it is for a season or for the duration of YSN, we hope you can make it out and support these student athletes and support a great cause along the way. All right, let's meet the boys' side of things. The away team going to be led by Team Josh, which is Josh Scott and Josh Upshire. Scott from Heartland Christian and Upshire from Badger. Well, it starts with Jack Lendak from Badger. 1,000-point scorer with so much more going on. Jack is going to be. It's an honor. I saw him last week play a little bit. I hope he just utilizes his talent a little more this game. He was a little shy, I think, in the Booba Classic, and I want to see him kind of go out and leave it all on the floor in a game like this, and hopefully with his head ball coach being the guy on the bench, he can settle down their nerves a little bit and go out and play his style of the game. Sky Pappas from Beaver Local is going to be joining Jack on that team. Also, Aaron Romai, the ice-cold assassin, Aaron Romai from Jackson Milton, who's got game winner after game winner after game winner. He will be joining those two. Christian Colosimo, there's no hiding it, one of my favorite student athletes on the board. This young man, I can't wait to watch him go off. I mean, he had a very passionate post about, walking off for the last time, as a Poland athlete, plays football, plays basketball, and to see him just lace him up one more time and to see I'm really going to look forward to his dad and watch his dad. I'm going to watch his dad closely because I've known Nick for a while now. He's been a huge supporter to YSN in ways that nobody will ever know, but I will say this is, as much as he's looking forward to Christian graduating and continuing what he's got going on, I know there's a little part of him that really wants to watch this and watch Christian go off for one more bucket and to be able to watch that one more time. For me, that's the most fun part, to watch parents and families be able to watch their kids one more time. That's what these All-Star games are all about. So looking forward to seeing CC play one more time and dribble it up and down the floor as the huge point guard that nobody ever saw come. He might have to post up because this is a guard-driven group here for the UA team. So we'll see how they utilize Christian Colosimo from Poland. Cade Rome from Salem. He's considered a big. he's a guy that can get it, bang bodies down low. He can put it down as well. He'll be joining the away team. Rocco Turner from Carter Mooney, the sharpshooter for the Cardinals, will be on the team. Keegan McDermott, he's a pure scorer. Kid can just absolutely scorch the net. He's from Champion. He will be joining the away team. We also have Joey Sorensky Jr. from Western Reserve joining. John Castrilla from Jefferson. Aiden Popovich from Lakeview. Those are three big names on the away team. And then we have the Ursuline representative that we will have. That is kind of a TBD right now for Ursuline, so we're working through that this week. Tremendous West from Edison is on the away team. We also have Riley Heckert from Hubbard. He can fill it up. I've seen him do that a time or two over the years. Kirkland Miller from Crestview, another great body down low. Can also put the ball in the bucket. Hayden Waite from JFK, a junior this year, and is a great talent on the come up with the Eagles. So it's an honor to have him play in the game. Trevor Sifke from Lisbon, again, easily one of the top players from the Blue Devils, and I believe he's only a sophomore. So he could have a time or two left in this All-Star game and gets his inaugural look here at the YSN Classic. Will Aljancic, this is a name that everybody is stoked to see, and whenever they heard he was going to be playing, the eyes lit up. So Will Aljancic, one of the best scorers, one of the best basketball players in the entire area, will be playing in this game. So there's a lot of people that are stupid excited to see him play for what could be the first time in person, because Louisville is kind of on the outskirts of our coverage compared to everybody else. So I know there's a lot of people that are really interested in seeing how WA lines it up. Sal Schaefer, the big man from Struthers, not only is he good on the inside, but my guy can hit from the outside as well. He can stretch the limits, and he is going to give the big guys for the other team fits, as he did all season long for the Wildcats. So I'm excited to see how that lines up. Tyler Bastarkey from East Palestine and Jonathan Berdovich from Heartland Christian. If you don't know the story, you need to do a little research. Johnny Buckets started at East Palestine and then moved out to Heartland Christian. So these two were teammates from a long time ago up until post-sophomore year for East Palestine, and now are reunited, and it feels so good. So I'm excited to see these two guys lace it up together one last time. The last time that I think Tyler is hanging them up. So it'll be cool to see how that goes in his last competition in high school. Jackson Hendershot, one of my guys. He's a Westminster kid, committed to the Titans. I'm excited to see him play. He went 8 or 9 of 11. I can't get that. I don't know if I'm getting it right. I think it was 9 of 11. 8 of 9 to start, and then 9 of 11 total. That's what it was. And my guy can just chuck up threes like it's nothing. Like it's like watching popcorn kernels pop. It's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Anywhere on the floor, Jackson can light it up. So Jackson Hendershot from West Branch, he's going to be on the away team. And then you're filled up by Adam Wary of Springfield, who is an overall versatile athlete, can do whatever you ask him to do. I'm excited to have him. Gus Johnson from Girard, another one who can do pretty much whatever you ask him to do. I know he's excited to be part of this game, and we're excited to have him. And then this might be my favorite announcement that we had the other night on Saturday. We waited till Saturday to announce it. Officially, the Academy of Urban Scholars is now a YSN school. We're excited for that. And because of that, we made sure that Jamel Edwards, who is an unbelievable talent for the AUS, or the Academy of Urban Scholars, is going to be part of this game. And my guy, he can shoot. He can play defense. He is just a constant player. High motor guy. And you're going to be able to see that, I believe, for I know we covered some of the AUS games when they played our family of schools. But now you're going to see him on a much more regular basis. Well, AUS on a much more regular basis. Jamel is a senior, so you'll be able to get a good look at him on his way out. Let's take a look at that home team led by Jimmy Franciselli as well as Todd Johnson of Columbiana. Coach Jimmy, of course, for McDonald, and Todd for the Columbiana Clippers. Trey DePietro, you're going to hear a lot of big names. You're going to hear a lot of big names and big men off of those names. Trey DePietro from Boardman goes to the home team. He'll be able to wear his home whites one more time. DaVinci McDowell from Cheney, another outstanding talent, is going to be representing the home team. Alan Underwood from Austintown Fitch. best known for his game, but I think the one game that stands out to everybody is that game against Canfield, the half-court buzzer beater, Drano on the road, and Alan Underwood is known for a lot of things, but I think that's going to be one of the things he's known for as he walks away, and we get to see him play one more time under the bright lights of South Range, the Thriller Dome, alongside a three-point absolute clutch shooter from Newton Falls, Jordan Dowling. My guy just continues to, again, stack up the accolades. I see him on social media, just, award after award. Congratulations to Jordan. Looking forward to seeing him play. Sam Perrone from Niles. I don't think there's anybody more excited than Sam Perrone, because he's sending me emails today saying, hey, can't wait. I'm reaching out to the coach. Sam he's an excitable young man. I'm excited to watch him play. Games like this are where those kind of guys stand out. So excited to watch Sam play and to see how he stacks up against these guys. Joey Guido from Leetonia, outstanding athlete, multi-sport athlete, as you have to be almost these days in schools, like smaller schools like Leetonia. Excited to watch him lace it up against the area's best. James Davis, speaking of the area's best, my guy, he is, he's just a cool basketball player. Nothing he does is not absolutely as silky smooth as it gets. Looking forward to seeing JD play. He's obviously from Liberty, and it's going to represent the home team. Anthony Masucci was still trying to make sure that he's on his way. He's got some baseball games. Baseball game at 3 o'clock at Ysn Park. We're trying to rope him in and say, even if you just come and be recognized, because it's supposed to be really cold and really rainy this weekend. So we're hoping things get canceled and he can show up for the game. John Terrell Mixon from Valley Christian, the big man, is going to be repping the white uniforms. So we're excited to see John Terrell and line it up for the home team. Donovan Pulowski, I think he was the first overall pick, if I'm not mistaken. It was in the cards. He's from Brookfield, can get it done on both sides of the floor. So we'll see how DP lines it up against, there's a lot of shooters on that other team. So we'll see if he can put the hand up, put the paw up, and knock down some batted balls. Kevin Moore, do I have to say any more? No pun intended. Do I have to say anything else about Kevin Moore? Kevin Moore, one of the best overall basketball players and athletes in the entire game, and I'm excited to watch him play. And again, if you've never seen KM1 play, he's something. He is something to watch. So Kevin Moore on the home team. Jake Gerdick, the big man from Canfield, will be lining it up on the white side of things. And I'll tell you what, these guys, people think I'm joking. To be able to wear a jersey one more time is something to be an honor. But to wear your home uniform in a setting that's not yours, to me, that's really cool. I always was a big fan of when I'm wearing this color jersey, whether it's my home jersey, my away jersey. When I'm wearing my home jersey, you're not beating me, right? I think that's something that every athlete says. When I'm wearing this uniform, when I'm defending the home court, you're not going to beat me. And again, Jake Gerdick, a lot of pride. He's got a game on Saturday as well, a very big game. Canfield listed as the number 2 team. Salem listed as the number 3 team in the state, the AP poll. And that's a big one. So for him to come out and say he's excited about this game, number one, Jake doesn't talk a whole lot. He's not exactly going to fill up the the quote book for you, but he's a young man that when he's playing on the floor, he's going to give it his all, and we're looking forward to seeing Jake Gerdick represent Canfield on Saturday night. Nick Million, the best name in the game, he gets to play for the home team for his coach, Todd Johnson, one more time representing the Columbiana Clippers. Looking forward to seeing Nicky out there and just chucking it up as he makes his way toward Geneva in the fall. Also, Parker Burdine, I said the story on Saturday, and I'll say it again right here. If you don't know Troy Burdine, Parker's dad, and I believe, I did the math, I believe that Parker was just being thought about when I was a senior, and when I was a senior, Coach Burdine selected me to go to the All-Star game that was played at Jacobs Field and represent East Palestine, and now it is an absolute honor to be able to not so much repay that favor because Parker earned it, but I would say to be able to come full circle and have Parker Burdine play in our All-Star game at South Range I'm looking forward. There's a lot of people I'm looking forward to seeing on Saturday night, but to see Parker and to see his dad, who I haven't seen in such a long time, and actually been able to talk with, and just have a conversation with one of my favorite coaches of all time. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, that one's a little bit of an emotional one. It was an honor. It was awesome to see that Parker was the guy from United, because of the history that I have with his dad, and how much I love and appreciate how much his dad gave and impacted my life. So looking forward to that one. Then you got Saad Al-Amin from East is going to be playing in the game, a young man who has got so much talent, and we're looking forward to continually building this young man up, as he is an absolute stud senior. We wish we had more time with him, but he's so good, so talented. Speaking of talent, Anthony Luceni from Louisville. Big man, can fill it up, can play defense, high motor. He's the kind of guy that, as a junior, that you're going to want to keep an eye on, because that whole junior class out there is outstanding. But Anthony Luceni is, to me, he is the signature at the bottom of the paycheck, and nothing goes without that. So Anthony Luceni, you're going to want to keep your eye on that guy. He'll be representing the home team from Louisville. Another young man, sharpshooter, Michael Porter out of McDonald. You're going to want to keep your eye on him. You do not want to leave him unattended, because he will make you pay each and every day. He is going to fill it up for the home team, that's for sure. Caden Spade, we had a trade. Okay, so we had a trade. It was Jamel Edwards and Caden Spade. We had to trade because there was a uniform issue. So Caden will actually play from Garfield. He will play with a longtime friend, Mickey Jones, from out at Wyndham. So we're excited to pair them up again, kind of like the Bastarki-Berdovich connection. So Jones and Spade will play together one more time. We're excited for that. Elijah Frederick from Sebring is going to represent the home team. I know he's jacked up. He was watching the draft the other night. Mark Naples, he's the representative from South Range, who will be able to defend his home court in reality one more time to lace him up for South Range. The Naples crew, very near and dear to my heart as well. So looking forward to seeing Marky play in this one. And then the final two, Luke Simons from Waterloo, who needs no introduction, and Isaiah Greathouse from Wellsville. My dude, again, when you talk to a guy like Quinn Pushkar and he says, this guy, Isaiah Greathouse, is the young man that you have to absolutely circle on the calendar. You have to circle on your scouting report. You have to defend Isaiah Greathouse. That's how much he means to that Wellsville team. We're excited to have him part of the YSN game. We got comments here. Brad Smith says, just wanted to say YSN does a great job. Can't thank you guys enough for all you do for the area. Thank you very much, Brad. I mean, the support goes a long way. It really does. I know that our guys love it. We love seeing it. You know, we take a little bit of heat sometimes for the way that we do things because they're unorthodox, but it's all with good intention. It's all with good intention, and your post means everything to us, so thank you for that. Again, the YSN All-Star Game. You're going to hear it from us for the next week or so as we see Sorrel Cope. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for mentioning Tyler. So nice to hear. Go Dogs. Tyler is a great young man from a great family. Can't say enough about Tyler Bastarki and what he brings to the table. You look at Tyler is an East Palestine boy, and I promised that I would take care of the Bulldogs because we are their platform. Pure and simple, we are their platform, and we have to take care of those in our backyard. And it's my mission to take care of the entire backyard here in the 330. So just thank you again, everybody, for the support. We're excited. Let's get back to this All-Star game. 5 o'clock is the girls' game. It starts. Doors open up at 4 o'clock. The game for the boys, we're saying between 7 and 7:15. We want to give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room for like warm-ups and things of that nature. So make sure that you're not hard-pressed on that 7 o'clock because I don't want to disappoint you if it's 7:15, even 7:30 at that point. What else are we going to do? Oh, we're going to have at halftime, between games, we're going to have the YSN, Coach of the Year, player, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and the 6-man/6-woman of the Year presented out there as well. We're probably going to do the big dogs as well. So make sure you're out there for that and support these athletes. I mean, $5 I don't think is a whole lot when you're looking at that much. You're looking at 2 games, so $250 a game per person, and all of that goes to Golden String. All the proceeds go to Golden String. And again, I've got a giant check over there that I want to write a giant number and hand to Jimmy Sutman on behalf of everybody in that building that night. And I want, like, my goal is to see a big smile on that dude's face. My goal is to see a big smile on Scotty Mincher's face, because he knows that he's just as much of an impact player as any of us at YSN. And I want to do this for him. I want to do this for Jimmy. I want to do this for you. I want to do this for everybody, because that is what this is all about. Our Valley is known for giving back and stepping up in times of need and stepping up when they don't necessarily have to. That is what this All-Star game and all of our All-Star games are about. It's all about supporting someone else, another charity, another opportunity, another 501c3, another, nonprofit, someone in need. That's what we've always been about, and we will continue to be about here at YSN. It's not about getting money and having a fundraiser for us. We'll take care of that. It's about everybody else. It's about everybody else. And I don't believe there's ever a bad time to do a good thing. So keep that in mind. 5 o'clock again, first game. 7 o'clock-ish, second game. Doors open 4 o'clock, South Range. Again, just come and have a good time. We're all excited to have you out there and to enjoy. And the good folks from WFMJ, I want to give them credit because they came up with this. We're going to take a break. But before we do, another reminder for the YSN All-Star Game coming up this Saturday.
The Valley's top seniors shoot it out in the YSN All-Star Game. Girls tip off at 5 and the boys at 7. Saturday at South Range High School. Proceeds benefit Golden String.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times.
But because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
And welcome back to the YSN. Hang on. There we go. The YSN Power Hour. DJ Oakley here with you. Sorry, I had some stuff going on in my earbuds. Now we turn our attention to what is going on in the NFL. What in the world is going on in the NFL? I mean, there was between March Madness the other day, and obviously everything. What is this? Do you know if the game will have hot apple dumplings? That I don't know, Avery. I have no idea. I have no idea if the game will have hot apple dumplings. We hope they don't have too many turnovers. But back to the original topic here for this half hour. What is going on? I want to hear from Browns fans, and I've heard from some of them, obviously. With our we had Thursday and Friday off last week with March Madness here on the Power Hour. what are your impressions of getting Deshaun Watson in Cleveland? And I'm not just talking from what he does off the field. I'm talking about what he does on the field and what you're giving up to get that opportunity to have a guy like Deshaun Watson, who is there are no guarantees other than his contract that he is going to be playing for the Cleveland Browns. They've made contractual kind of manipulations to his contract, so that way he's only getting paid $1 million this year in case there is a suspension. It doesn't really affect his paycheck or checkbook. I'm torn. And I'm torn because as a Steeler fan, how would I feel if the shoe were on the other foot, so to speak? I already talked about it, and I can't wiggle off this string, is the fact that I would have been okay with it had he been a Steeler. But I think that it would have been a little bit different, because I think the Steelers, number one, would have never got him, because they're not going to give up 3 years of a draft pick for one guy who may play. And obviously they've been through the injuries, and so have the Browns, which is kind of weird to me. I really, I'm really interested to see. And Brad chiming in says, Browns fan here and paying him too much guaranteed. I don't disagree. I don't disagree at all. Absolute steal of a deal for Watson. He's a top 5 QB talent in the NFL. The only problem is all the trouble off the field. Nick, I don't think that he's a top 5. I really don't. In fact, I'm not even sure that. I'm sure he's a top 10, but I would never put that much money, invest that much money into a guy who had those problems, because there's a trust factor when you're hedging your bets, right? When you're putting that much money into something, it's like buying a television, right? If you're putting all your money into a television, the television better work, and it better be crystal clear, and know whenever you push that button, you know what you're getting from that television. I don't think the Browns know what they're getting necessarily with Deshaun Watson. Here's a couple of red flags that I saw outside of what the obvious ones are with his off the field antics. Number one, he didn't want to play in a cold city. If you look up his statistics of Deshaun Watson, number one is he doesn't do well in cold weather games. So that's great that he might win the first 4 games. Granted, if they're even, hopefully they're all 4 at home. So that way you can maybe take a West Coast trip at the end of the year. But I will say this, Deshaun Watson even admitted he doesn't want to play in cold weather because of, ipso facto, the way that he performs in cold weather games. So that should draw a little bit of a red flag for Browns fans. Number 2, to me, was the guy is not a necessarily game-winning quarterback. His record is something along the lines of 28, 26, 26, 24, something like that, with a 1-2 record in the in the postseason. And you just made him the richest quarterback and the richest NFL player of all time, with I believe the only player that has guaranteed his entire contract. And if that's the way you had to get him, good luck. I just think there's a lot more risk than reward here. Everybody was sold on Baker up through, week 14 of last year? And some people are still sold on Baker. I like Baker Mayfield. I think that Cleveland doesn't necessarily know how to handle a good quarterback. People joke about Baker Mayfield and overthrowing his receivers and things like that. But the reality is Deshaun Watson isn't a whole lot better. And people can show stats, and stats can be read in a couple different ways. Baker is a winner. Baker Mayfield was a winner. He was a winner. Remember when you guys couldn't have beer because they were locked in a fridge? Who unlocked that fridge for you on a Thursday night? Baker Mayfield. Who took you and won you your first playoff game in 20-some years? Baker Mayfield. There were numerous quarterbacks, and they've got the jersey with all the names, name after 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 name. All of those guys could not get the job done. Baker Mayfield did. I'm not saying that Baker Mayfield's a savior in any stretch of the imagination, because he had a long way to go before he took that team to the promised land. But what I'm saying is, Browns fans, I don't think you know what you're getting in for. If you're supporting this, that's fine. Listen, I supported Ben Roethlisberger and had to hear about it for 18 years. I know what you're about to go through. I know what you're about to hear. But please, please understand that just because this dude is a top 5 talent does not mean that he will perform in a top 5 way. The Browns have a way of doing business, and the Browns fans have a way of carrying on their business that I'm not so sure that Deshaun Watson knows what he signed up for. The only thing he knows is that he's going to be cashing really big checks for 5 years. And he's going to be doing it at the expense of the Cleveland Browns franchise for the next 10. Because those 3 draft picks are going to be good draft picks. They're going to be very good draft picks. And the Houston Texans know something. There's something that they know that's the reason they gave away Deshaun Watson. In a steal of a deal, you're probably right. If and when Deshaun Watson plays. So I'm interested. I really am interested to hear your thoughts on this because, listen, 3 number 1 picks in 22, 23, and 24, and then another 2 more picks along the... You guys were all excited because you didn't lose anybody. But you won't be able to pay anybody. That's another issue. I hope you like the team you have because that's all you're going to have for a while unless you can do some splashes in free agency. And again, it's going to be tough to have that money unless you continuously massage that cap. And you got to have players that want to come here. The other part, that part 3, yeah, it's those off-the-field antics. You completely lost your entire female fan base. And listen, I live in a house where if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So I'm just saying it's going to be tough to get those Sundays off and watch the Browns if you got chores to do because mama isn't invested in the Browns anymore. So just keep that in the back of your minds as you continue towards that September date where the NFL starts. I don't think Baker picked off Ben 4 times in a playoff game. It's true. It's true. He didn't. But we had to hear about it, certainly. So Baker has every right to be upset. He was not only was not treated fairly. Interesting to see what happens with him. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this already or not. I'm sure you're all sports junkies. You're watching local sports streaming at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Matt Ryan was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. And here's what I like about that trade. I think that everybody in the AFC right now, whether you're a Cleveland fan, an Indianapolis fan, a Pittsburgh fan, we're all screwed because the AFC is absolutely loaded. Getting Russell Wilson, you look at it's so loaded in the AFC. You got Patrick Mahomes. Just name it. Lamar Jackson. You got Joey Burrow. Just up and down, and everybody's getting better. The Patriots are not going to go away anytime soon. Mac Jones looks like he's the real deal out there. Josh Allen is the real deal in Buffalo. The Browns just sold their soul to be the 6th best team in the AFC. If everything turns out the way it should, they should be, to my count, no better than 6th. No better than 6th. And they might be the 3rd best team in the AFC. AFC North, I'm sorry. So think about that. Think about that. Not like the Browns could change their fortune by going to the NFC, but I don't think that they understand that they're not going to compete in the AFC. Maybe not even in the AFC North. And the Steelers just continue to get better defensively while everybody hits it on offense. I saw a question up here. Mason wants to know, a little off topic, but how are you feeling about the Steelers getting Mitch Trubisky? I like it. I do. I really like the Steelers getting Mitch Trubisky. Here was the interesting fact is I heard rumors and believe what you want on Twitter. I tend to believe where there's smoke, there's fire. But there were rumors that Jarvis Landry was talking to Pittsburgh and Green Bay. Then all of a sudden all the Browns fans got all offended and then he was talking to Cleveland again. He has he's going to make the Browns pay for cutting him. You have to believe that. If he goes back to Cleveland, that's what's going to happen. If he goes to Pittsburgh, it's going to be interesting because now the Steelers have some receivers. They don't necessarily have to draft a receiver in the draft, maybe one in the late rounds. Green Bay makes a whole lot of sense because they just traded Devontae Adams for I think a couple of firsts or something. I forget what it was. It was ridiculous. And then Devontae Adams got unbelievably paid. So I'm really interested to see how it goes with Trubisky. I believe in Mitchell Trubisky. I really believe that he's a great game managing quarterback, which is what the Steelers had for the last 2 years with Roethlisberger. He wasn't exactly a gunslinger anymore. I'm interested to see how Mitchell Trubisky throws the long ball, but he's a great motion quarterback. When there's guys in motion, I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and I think there's stats that back that up from Pro Football Focus. Do I expect him to be an MVP candidate? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we've seen game managers win the Super Bowl before, so with the defense that the Steelers are bringing in, they're bolstering their offensive line. I don't think it's out of the stretch of the imagination to compete for a division or compete for a wild card spot at very least. And again, the Browns, if Deshaun Watson plays, it's going to be the same thing as the Browns fans talk about Lamar Jackson. They're one injury away from being a very mediocre football team. And the Browns, Deshaun Watson is one injury away or one suspension away from Jacoby Brissett being your starting quarterback. So just remember that. Just remember that. When you put all your stock into one guy, that's what happens. As the Steelers found out when Roethlisberger had his elbow injury, you never come back the same. So Mitch was held back by Matt Nagy. Excited to see how he does. I'm too. I really am. I think that he got a bad rap. Dude made the Pro Bowl. Okay, so it's not like he's a bad quarterback. He was a number 2 overall pick. So I don't know. Was that a stretch? Probably. Sorrell says, sad for us old Browns fans. I have no idea what the answer is, but liking the Bengals more and more. I think everybody is jumping on the Bengals bandwagon more and more these days. Joe Burrow is a polarizing figure for sure. I'm a big Joe Burrow fan, an Ohio guy. Same as Trubisky. Like, people are ripping on me because I like Trubisky. I liked Roethlisberger before it was popular. Tommy Maddox. I had a Tommy Maddox jersey, but as soon as they drafted Ben Roethlisberger, trust me, I went out and got the 7 because he's an Ohio guy and he's representing my favorite team. The way that you dream it up, you want to support your favorite guys representing your favorite teams, and I always had a I don't know, an interest in Mitchell Trubisky. I always thought, hey, you know what, it'd be really cool to see him be a quarterback or a good quarterback in this league because he's an Ohio guy, he's a Mentor guy, and now he's the quarterback of my football team. So between him and Haskins, don't even ask me about Rudolph. Rudolph can red-nose the hell out of here. Not a fan. Never have been a fan. Some of the things that I heard were said in that skirmish, just not tolerable from where I kind of draw the line. So whether they were said or not, I said again, when there's smoke, there's fire. So I would love to see Trubisky, and people are giving me crap about Haskins. I like Haskins. I think he's a top tier talent quarterback in college football, and I think he got a bad rap with Washington, and we'll see how it goes with Pittsburgh. I think they tried to kind of tuck him away and hide him for a year just to get him acclimated with how you're supposed to be an NFL player in the league, how you're supposed to handle yourself, and hopefully it did wonders, because if that happens and we end up with two first round quarterbacks, well, the Steelers are looking pretty bright in the future. So I'm interested to see how what your thoughts are. There's been a lot of thoughts on social media. You got to filter out what is true, what is fact, what is garbage, what is opinion, and just what people make up. So good luck with that, especially if you're a Twitter follower. There's a lot of opinions out there, and they can do it in 180 characters or less, which is a talent. It's a very, very distinct talent nowadays. Brad chiming in again. It says, with the addition of Mitch, do you think the Steelers are passing up on a quarterback? I hope so. I do hope so. I really hope that the Steelers kind of take a back seat on the quarterback stuff. You got 3 very capable quarterbacks, and I say very capable kind of tongue-in-cheek. There's a difference between being very capable and, MVP race. I don't think I'm on the mindset you don't need an MVP quarterback to win championships. You need a championship caliber defense. A good quarterback's going to do it. Not everybody needs Matt Stafford. Not everybody needs Tom Brady. Not everybody needs, even a Ben Roethlisberger. As we saw, the Steelers haven't had a losing season in 15 years. And, Ben Roethlisberger was out for one of them. So, they at least made it to 8-8 that year, and with Mason Rudolph and Duck Hodges. So, and I'm not saying that that's going to get them to the promised land, but listen, a defense can carry you a long way. So I hope they focus on a defensive lineman. I would love to see the kid from Georgia. I'd love to see a corner. I'm bad with names until the week of the draft, so you'll have to forgive me. There's a corner from Cincinnati that's outstanding. Would love to see. And listen, this might be the year that you trade back. You trade back in the draft. If you can address all your needs in free agency, trade back, and maybe you get a couple first-rounders next year. Which, if things don't work out your way, C.J. Stroud's going to be there, the quarterback from Alabama. A lot deeper of a quarterback draft will be there next year, and then you roll the dice next year. But I'm of the thought process of maybe you do just trade it away this year. Maybe you trade it away for a couple picks. For someone that really thinks that they need somebody in this draft, because I think receivers, I know that Honey Badger's still in play and looking in Pittsburgh at a very serious clip. I think it'd be interesting to see him and Minka work in the backfield defensively. But I don't want to see them reach for a quarterback here in 22 and it set them back another 5 years, because they got to worry about, what's this going to go like. A first rounder is a first rounder is a first rounder. And if I don't believe Kenny Pickett is the future of the Steelers franchise. I don't think he's the franchise quarterback the Steelers are looking for. Now you already have 2 first-rounders on your staff. Either trade it away or go after some elite defensive talent. The kid from Georgia, again, I think he's a game changer, the same way Aaron Darnold has been a game changer in the NFL. If you can do that, let's go. Let's do that. But otherwise, trade it away. From Cincy, he didn't allow a touchdown all year on him. See, I like that. Yes, Gardner. That's it. Yeah, you're exactly right, Brad. Gardner is his name. I would love if we got Sauce Gardner from Cincinnati. Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree. I like him a lot. If he drops to 20, take him, right? But if they take the kid from Georgia, Gardner's off the board, get out. Go. Get. Sell it. Build in for next year. Nobody's expecting us to win the Super Bowl next year. In fact, we got lower odds when we signed Mitchell Trubisky than before when we had Haskins and Rudolph. So, not saying that you're waving the white towel, but I'm saying build for the future. Build for the future. I mean, don't step over pennies, or dollars to get to pennies. That's not how it goes. Invest in your future. I love all you guys, chiming in on the comment section today. We got to wrap this up because I got to make my way out to Canfield and check out the Canfield Cardinals. They got a scrimmage going on today. Got to check out one of the area's top teams, and you should check out this Saturday's lineup on YSN. We have a ton of great baseball and softball for you. I think a total of 12 games or something like that, something crazy. So make sure you check us out, because we don't have an off season here at YSN. I hate to break it to you. We don't just sit on our hands and wait for football season. We don't take a break after basketball season. We are bringing it to you hot and heavy here starting this Saturday. Let's actually, you know what? While we have a second, I'll give you a little preview. Here's what we got. We have YSU baseball at West Virginia. Richie's got that for you. Bristol at LeBray. We have McDonald at Crestview. West Geauga at Austintown Fitch. Boardman at South Range. Lowellville at Warren JFK. We have Benedictine at Cardinal Mooney. We have Canfield at Salem. Champion at Howland. Lakeview at Niles. Champion at Ursuline. St. Ed's versus Cardinal Mooney. And then we've got 2 softball games, which is Northwest versus West Branch. That's a doubleheader. So all the action starts about 11 a.m. And then, oh yeah, by the way, we've got 2 All-Star games coming at you on Saturday as well. All right, that's going to wrap up the regular portion of the show. Let's get to our Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, brought to you by our friends at Joe Dickey Electric. It is your Joe Dickey Electric. What's your spark? Visit them in North Lima or on the web at DickeyElectric.com. Joe Dickey Electric, proudly powering the Valley for over 60 years. Okay, I think we have to figure this out. There's a reason that I didn't give you the Today in Sports History from the top, because I wanted to be part of the bottom. Today, in 1984, NFL owners passed the infamous anti-celebrating rule. Does everybody remember that? It was a year before I was born, but I think it was the Washington Redskins that got things going. They were doing so many different celebrations when they scored touchdowns that the NFL finally said in 84, putting a quick stop to that. We're not going to deal with that. You can only celebrate one person at a time. You can't do team celebrations anymore. So fast forward to 2006, they did away with that. Now you can do team celebrations, any celebrations you want, involving the football, props, whatever you want, as long as it doesn't degrade or demean anybody and it's not taunting. So the NFL in 84 said, we're going to take a step back. What was it? What could it have been in 2006 that really changed the way the NFL thought about things and wanted celebrations back in the game? Could it have been the television money? Could it have been the culture that the NFL was trying to build with our youth now emulating and trying to mime these athletes and mirror these athletes? Yeah, I think that's the difference. And listen, I could sit here and bash the NFL all day about some of the things they do, but some of the things they do right, and they have a reason for doing them. This is the reason in 2006 they figured things out again. This is the reason the NFL is the fastest growing sport in the country. This is the reason that people want to play football, because they want to do the celebrations. They want to do all the things, the first downs, you get up and you drop it. And I know everybody has their own thoughts and opinions about that stuff, but you'd be lying to yourself if you didn't like it a little bit when your guys did it, right? You hate when the other guys do it. You love when your guys do it, because there's a little bit of that showmanship to it. So not only do you get a successful first down or a touchdown or something good happen to your team, but you also get a little bit of that pump up too. It's almost like having cheerleaders on the field from that standpoint. NFL, you're doing it right from that standpoint. Congratulations on completely going back on everything you said in 1984, because I read the rule today and you just absolutely blacklisted everybody from doing these celebrations in the end zone, especially from a team standpoint. When you understand it's a team game, a running back wants to give the football to a lineman to spike it because he got that block for him that led to the touchdown that ultimately he's going to get paid more for down the road. That is our show for today. Tune in tomorrow from 3 to 4 right here on YSN. We'll see if we can kind of fish in the Pushkar and talk about a little bit of this basketball stuff in AAU as it really contains to the Valley and pertains to the Valley. So that is going to do it for our show. Thanks for tuning in. I want to thank all of you for all your comments. They keep me going. They give me something to talk about when and feels like somebody's out there. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And, of course, we'll see you tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the network. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports.